What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Outside Line Media, and we're recapping Detroit in IndyCar, and we have IndyCar on Primetime this weekend.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, truly.
The only thing not beautiful about it is butting with Le Mans, but it is what it is.
It's unfortunate fact.
It's
you gotta do
unfortunate.
it.
I mean, really, I don't think any race should bump with a historic race at all. I think the series that purposely bump races against historical. Look, I understand F1. You've been around for 75 years, and maybe 109 Indy 500s you've just forgotten.
It's a common occurrence just to forget about the 109 Indy 500s that run every year.
Sorry, we've only been doing Indy 500s for 34 years longer than you've been a series. We're not talking about that today. That'll be in the F1 video later this week.
Sneak preview for what's to come.
But there shouldn't be anything else racing during Le Mans. I'm fine with the Coke 600 racing during the Indy 5 or after the Indy 500. Just give me a European race so that I can watch something all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we raced in Detroit 2 weekends ago, and look, this might be a hot take. I enjoyed the race. I thought it was a good race.
I did too. I saw a lot of criticism. I talked about this in the names of the video. I saw criticism about Detroit, but I thought it was a great race. A lot of action. For context, if you didn't watch the names of the video, I watched this race after being up for about 36 hours straight and getting off 2 planes, laying down in a bed. Not ideal per se, but I enjoyed it. It was entertaining enough to keep me up for 50% of the race, I'd say, which 36 hours sleep, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the parts I did. A lot of action. The boys did not behave.
Not at all. Jeez.
To ruin my previous predictions that I had made, the boys did not behave.
The pit crews also did not behave. A lot of loose wheels. I think there were 3 loose wheels over the course of the race.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And RLL just with a horrible weekend.
Disaster class.
Devlin DeFrancesco had a wheel come loose that caused him to hit the turn 1 wall, I believe. Louis Foster had a suspension failure at 180 miles an hour on the fastest braking zone at Detroit, and that wiped out Felix Rosenquist as well. Nothing either of them can do. When a bolt in your suspension just snaps at 180 miles an hour, you're a passenger.
Yeah, they both were passengers there. Very unfortunate, very scary wreck. But once again, give credit to where it belongs. The goddamn AMR safety.
I think it was like 7 seconds.
7 or 8 seconds from when he hit the wall, they were there.
Yeah.
They see the future. All right. They could sense. They saw, is that a rust on that bolt? They knew it was coming. I mean, or something, because these guys are crazy. But credit to them. Credit to the IndyCar, just the safety of it.
Yeah. And it seems like Dalara's taking it very seriously. They've issued a technical bulletin for teams to inspect or replace that component, just to make sure that doesn't happen again. So I hope that they figure out exactly what caused it so we don't have the same thing happen in the future.
Yeah, definitely hope they find like some issue. Like you want
if
them
that
to find
happens at Indy when you're braking to avoid an incident, that could be horrible.
Yeah, that
could be 240 miles an hour instead of 180.
We did get lucky, but those cars are also so safe.
Yeah,
I think it's a testament to motorsports in general, their safety.
Felix with a little bit of leg pain went to the hospital to get it checked out, but he's all good from everything I've seen.
Yeah, so happy to see both of them get out the car. Happy to see both of them.
As Hinch says, he hit his knees, and that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
And then Graham Rahal running last out of the running cars. He had a loose wheel nut too, I believe, and had to box a lap after. I think he got lucky and didn't wreck, or he was just in the pits for an entire lap. I don't remember. but I know there was an issue on a pit stop. So
Yeah, issue on pit lane.
RLL really needs to dig in and figure out what the hell happened this weekend.
Some self-reflection for them.
They
Not
came
great.
off of a great Indy GP, a pretty decent Indy 500, and then this. Yeah. That's really all I have to say about RLL this race.
Yeah. Also had Santino Ferrucci in second, getting a technical infringement.
Yep.
Post race, losing 25 driver entrant points and bonus points for his
and I believe all prize money.
Yeah, so tough day.
They did everything except for take the P2 away from him.
Literally. So, well, chaotic. 5 cautions. They did not behave, as we just said.
And that was, I do agree with them not taking away the second place. It wasn't a purposeful thing. It was an oversight by the team. Yeah. He was like 1.5 pounds under on his driver ballast, I think, which the tolerance is 1 pound. So he was 0.5 pound over the tolerance, and his entire car was about 10 pounds over the minimum.
Yeah, so total weight, they weren't under. It was just a driver.
It probably wasn't it wasn't a performance advantage.
No. Just a miscalculation or mistake by someone to cause that.
Or he just sweated more than they expected during the race.
Yeah, for real. Literally. Yeah, 5 pounds. Kyle Kirkwood gets the win. Him and Alex Palou remain the only drivers to win races. Street course god, apparently.
I mean, Andretti's been looking really good. I mean, they're always looking good on the street courses, which I think is a testament to how good that damper development is for them, because the dampers are going to matter the most on a street circuit. And Nashville with that giant bump, I wonder if their dampers could have had something to do with Herta's win last year in Nashville. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, having that better contact on the outside on the exit of 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, great drive from Kyle. Colton Herta, finally something didn't go wrong in the pits. The team executed on both of those cars. Kirkwood coming home with a broken front wing. A little bit of contact with Kiffin, snapped part of the front wing, and it was dragging under load on the straights. So very lucky that you didn't get a black flag for that. And I probably, look, it's no secret that I'm not a fan of Santino Ferrucci. If I saw Kyle Kirkwood get black flagged and Ferrucci go into the win, I'd probably shoot myself.
Yeah, very glad that didn't happen. I'm with you there. That would be worst case scenario. We have a distinct lacking of Alex Palou.
We can thank David Malukas for that.
David Malukas, thank you, Dave. Dave and Dave got together.
Little Dave just gave him a little bump on the rear and put him into the barriers. Completely accidental. Just judged his braking point. Or maybe something happened in front of Palou that caused him to check up a little bit. But at the end of the day, the fault lies with little Dave for hitting him. And I mean, if you hit a car in the back, it's your fault.
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't see Chip Ganassi get on Twitter and publicly shame Dave Malukas. I'm confused. Isn't that what team principals do? Don't we get on Twitter?
I mean, I think you're right there. Can't quite put it's a team that like never has any drama though. Like their driver lineups are always super consistent.
No. It has nothing to do with David Malukas. Nothing. Who could it be? Who would do such a thing? Oh yeah, Tony Kanaan.
Tony, you're making it hard to love you, man.
I love you, TK, but you're pissing me off, especially when you go directly for my boy.
And like people were defending Tony Kanaan. They're like, well, Scotty Mack could have like said something like apologized. He tweeted it during the race. Look, Scotty Mack's not Santino Ferrucci. He's not going to text while he's in the car.
Yeah, no. Ridiculous.
But, like, come on, TK. Like, you shouldn't be beefing with drivers on Twitter. Like, I understand your CEO said that you guys shouldn't be friends in the paddock, but that's what everyone loves about IndyCar. They love Colton Herta calling drivers and wishing them good night. Like,
Yeah.
the vibes in the IndyCar paddock are just so good. We don't need it to be like F1. Zach Brown, please just leave IndyCar alone. We need more team. I want to give Prema charters,
Yeah.
and open it up to like a 30 car field. That would be great, because did you see the news that I don't know if Dreyer Reinbold wants to do it, but Cusick wants to wants to potentially field a full-time entry.
Oh, I did not see that. I would love that.
They are interested in pursuing races other than just the Indy 500 on the IndyCar schedule.
I like that. Yeah.
The issue being, we're capped at 27 cars.
That's got to change.
So I'd really love to see something change, because I would love to see, whether it's with Dreyer and Reinbold, I would love to see Dreyer and Reinbold with Cusick running a full season entry with at least one car. I'd love 2 cars.
Yeah.
But even not, I'd love to see Cusick getting involved more. People hate on him automatically because I think he's either the owner or the CEO of Thermal Club. But dude's invested in IndyCar. Why are we shunning someone away just because their track isn't accessible? I'm not going to say it's a bad track. I refuse to. Go back to the Thermal episode. I thought Thermal was a good race. Look, he caters to the ultra wealthy. He knows his target market.
That's how you make money.
If he's willing to bring that money into IndyCar, I am all for it.
Why should we stop him? Why should we stop him? There's no good reason.
Yeah. Also, shout out Kiffin Simpson. Went from P19 to P5. Career best result for Kiff Dog.
Love that.
Got lucky with how the yellow fell. It fell basically the minute he came out of the pits.
Yeah, beautiful.
So you can't ask for a better way for that to fall. And I mean, he was able to defend against Marcus Armstrong, Colton Herta, Will Power, and Kyle Kirkwood. They're gonna get past. I'm not gonna fault them for that at all. Those were the 3 strongest cars the entire weekend. And I think Ferrucci got lucky under that same safety car.
Same benefit.
Just another reason for me to hate Nolan Siegel. He definitely screwed up a hard charge from Colton Herta. I understand it was technically for position. I don't want the rules to change. I'm not one of those people that thinks that blue flags should be mandatory in IndyCar.
Yeah, no.
And it was for position, but I'm just going to hate on him because I can.
Yeah, of course. You have to.
And then, you can just hit him and spin him if he gets in your way.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Let's talk about that for a second, because we haven't talked about that, have we?
I mean, we talked about the drama from it.
Yeah.
Look,
love it.
Ryan, I don't think he can defend Super Formula Lights on Spa anymore.
Why you mean? Why not?
Because you're going to defend Scotty Mack here.
Yeah.
The backstory behind this is there was an iRacing race Ryan and I raced in, where turn 1 at Spa, I always like to send a little bit of a lunge. Ryan, turns out he likes to play it really safe, so he braked about 50 meters early. I just want
to say, I was very inside. I mean, I'm on the wall. All right, going into turn 1.
I tried to swerve left.
I'm what, 3, 4 wide?
I was trying to make it. I think I was trying to make it 4 wide.
With 3 wide, I braked way early. I took the safe approach. All of a sudden, I'm going a little faster than I was before.
So I hit his. I guess that would be your outside, your left rear. And I pirouetted. I did not hit a single other car in the field, I don't think. I pirouetted all the way over the entire field, end over end. DNF, turn 1. Ryan went on to get a podium.
Yep, I think I got 2nd or 3rd place that race. But I've always said that he's behind me.
It's always something that I bring up just because it was funny.
Yeah.
I might try to hunt down that replay and put it here. So you'll either get treated with that replay or I couldn't find it.
What even? God, I want to dig after this. We'll do some digging.
Yeah. It was Super Formulas at Spa. I feel like we didn't run a ton of those.
Yeah. No, we didn't. So
But
yeah,
yeah,
maybe we
Nolan
should.
Siegel definitely. It seemed like he braked like 100 meters early there.
Yeah,
But again, Scotty Max, the car behind.
it's his responsibility at the end of the day.
Yeah. Did he get a penalty from that?
I don't think so.
How? Because it was
Yeah.
Nolan. So how long until Tony's sick of Nolan and we end up getting 4 more drivers in the seat this year?
We'll see. Who knows?
What's the maximum number? Because I know they implemented the Dale Coyne rule with the charges.
Yeah, I don't remember. I
think
really
it's
don't remember.
4. It's 3 or 4, I think.
Sounds right.
It's an absurdly high number that no one should ever have to hit, but Dale definitely hit it last year.
Yeah. Wild.
I think it was a great race, though.
I liked it.
I would prefer that we were racing at Belle Isle, but I think it was a cool race. Some really cool visuals with like the steam coming out of the manhole covers and everything, and the cars going over that.
Pretty sick pictures out of Detroit.
Yeah, I think it was a great race. We've got Gateway coming up this week, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about how our predictions did last week, and then jump into our predictions. Sorry, 2 weeks ago, and then jump into our predictions for Gateway at World Wide Technology Raceway on Primetime on Fox.
Let's go. So I actually didn't get any of my actual IndyCar predictions right. I did get NXT, but to do NXT, let's quickly go over the NXT race.
Yeah, and who won the NXT race? Everybody say it together.
Dennis Hauger. Dennis Hauger with the win.
The boys did not behave. The children did not behave. Red flag turn 1, lap 1.
Yeah.
Or it might have been turn 3.
Oh, even better. I mean, how grateful. Only 2 cautions though, but yeah. Let me read you the reason for caution of the lap. The first one. Multiple cars in turn 4. Just said multiple cars.
Stopped. And then Haley Deegan. Come on. I hope you do well this weekend. Oh, there's NXT this weekend, isn't there?
I think so. Oh, we didn't do predictions.
We need to do NXT predictions. We can come up with those on the fly.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check that there is NXT. Keep going.
But, yeah, so Dennis Hauger gets win. Kyle Collette second. Juan Manuel Carrera third. Boys didn't behave, but it was a good NXT race. I enjoyed it. They're wheeling these things around. I did get 2 predictions from that right. I got the winner and to hit the apex of Bryce Aaron. So 2 points for me on the week. Happy about that. Always.
And we'll
always
just rip these live.
They do not. They do. They do.
They do.
They do race. We do have a race this weekend at Worldwide. So NXT does race this weekend. So looking forward to that. But how did your predictions do?
Horrible. I got none.
It'd be like that some nights, some weeks. And unfortunately,
it was not a good vibe this week for me in NXT. Usually I'm really good with my NXT predictions, but it was not a good one for me.
What about actual IndyCar? Did you get any
we do not have a spotter guide yet.
We're gonna gamble. We're gonna throw out predictions.
I can't remember who's running, but we're gonna gamble.
If we say someone's name who's not running,
we're doing what we always do. The car that's in the car that is normally that number that driver drives, that's who that prediction then becomes substituted for.
Yes, so we.
I already know who I'm going for winner. So.
Did you do Dennis Hauger this week or no? No, you didn't. So it's Dennis Hauger.
Yeah.
Wait, first. What about your actual IndyCar results?
I got 2 of the people on the podium. I had both Kyle Kirkwood and Colton Herta on the podium. And Colton Herta was in P3 on my podium. I had Christian Lundgaard winning, and it was not a McLaren day.
No, was not.
How did your top 3 do, Ryan?
None.
Oh.
None. I got no IndyCar predictions correct.
Oh, yeah. My hit the apex was Jabel, unfortunately. Did not hit. Not a bad race from him, but I wish it was better. He's got his new engineering team that started in Detroit, so that is exciting. It was Ryan Hunter-Reay's engineer from the 500, and then Michael Cannon's on VK's car. So I think that Dale's really investing in his team this year, and I think we can see these pay off.
Hope so. I hope so.
I had Alex Plo missing the apex. Come on, give it to me. He literally missed the apex and went into the wall with a little bit of help.
Yeah.
And I said that it was going to be chaotic, so I got a nice 4.5 points this past weekend.
There you go.
So that extends my championship lead to 27.5 to Ryan's 23.5. So
it's in reaching distance.
Still a pretty close one, especially with my predictions for this coming weekend. But let's go ahead and start with that.
Let's get into them.
Who do you have in P3?
Alex Palou. I don't think he's winning, but
It's a short oval. It's a short oval. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. We don't know if he's mastering yet, but I can't deny Alex Palou a podium at this point. Obviously, it just happened, but races he's finished.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Actually, you know what? I'm changing that prediction real quick. My NXT. I have Connor Daly in P3.
Okay.
He qualified P12 last year. In a worse car, and I want to say he said he was like third out of the pit lane or something for quali. So I think that Youngkos is a very good oval car, and yes. Connor is a really good oval driver.
Yeah, I actually really thought about putting Connor Daly in mine, and I didn't, but I like that pick. Well, what you got for second?
I have Josef Newgarden bouncing back and getting a P2.
Bounce back, okay.
He won the race last year. Dude just needs a change of pace. He is not having a good year whatsoever.
Been a rough year for Joseph.
Who you got in P2, Ryan?
Christian Lundgaard.
Okay. I don't mind it.
I have a good feeling. I just have a good feeling about Lundgaard in the short oval.
He won.
You got win.
I got Lil Dave winning. I got David Malukas.
I like that pick.
He was on for the win last year before Will Power decided to put him in the wall. And he is in a lot stronger of an oval car this year than he was last year. Yeah. So really excited to see what he can do. It's his home race. He always performs well at Gateway. He's grown up racing Gateway. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am also excited. We'll get into that very shortly with the prediction I made. But my winner, Scotty Mack.
Thirsty threes.
Thirsty threes. It's his day. I know it's his day. I'm so sure of it.
All right. Who's your hit the apex?
David Malukas. Same principle you said. I don't know about a podium. I really don't know what the performance will be like. I think it'll be good. I think he could win this race. Mm-hmm. I do think that. But I know he's going to have a good weekend. I know he's going to hit the apex this weekend.
I doubled down. I'm not being safe. I put David Malukas as my hit the apex too.
I like that. Double down. Yeah. Bet on him. Bet on the man to do good.
I'm betting on him hard, man.
I like that.
Who's got missing the apex? I've got Alex Palou missing the apex.
Ooh, okay.
Look, it paid off for me last week. I'm riding this high.
You know what? I'm so here for it. That's so fair. I can't hate on it. I'm voting against someone I like. I'm betting against Fro.
Ooh.
Just think he's gonna have a bad weekend. I don't know why. Probably an accident or something. Not gonna be his fault, I assume. Just have a feeling, but not gonna be a good week from Fro.
Who's your dark horse?
Renus VK.
Okay. He's been having a good season.
Yeah, I think he'll have a quietly very good race, and he'll have an unexpected result.
What are you thinking? Like another top 10?
Top 10, maybe even top 5.
Okay.
Probably top 10, though. It's Renus VK.
I've got the man who swept every single oval race in Indy next last year. I've got Louis Foster.
I mean, it's hard to doubt Louis Foster in an oval.
He won every single oval race last year. I don't know if that's ever been done in Indy next before that.
I doubt it.
Insane stat. He had an insane season. And RLL's looked pretty halfway decent on the one oval I've had so far.
It's like manageable. And short oval will be more telling
Yeah.
The Indy 500 is a whole different beast.
I think the short oval is also a lot more driver centric rather than car centric, so I think we could definitely see Louis working his way up through the field.
I would like that.
Qualifying won't be great, but I think his race will be good.
Yeah, I like that. I'm kind of mad I didn't think of that, to be honest, now, because I like that pick so much.
I heard the stat, and I'm like, I have to do
it. Yeah, you can't bet against him, man.
And I just love Louis Foster too.
I do. I love Louis Foster. And I want him to do good. Needs a good result. Let's get into NXT. Who do you got winning? Is it Dennis Hauger week?
It is not.
Whoa.
He's on an oval for the first time ever. I just thought about that. I've got Lockie Hughes.
Yep, same here. We might both be eating. I also got Lockie Hughes.
I feel like we're going to be on the same wavelength for the rest of the season now.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how Dennis Hauger does. I'm excited to see how he does on an oval, but this will be his first oval that he's raced on. Unless he did the Freedom 100 and stepped down to USF, but I don't think he did that the week of the 500.
I don't think so. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be the same vibe as IndyCar. Only 2 drivers have won races in IndyCar. Only 2 drivers have won races in NXT this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to stay that way with Lockie Hughes getting another one.
Who do you got hitting the apex?
Juan Manuel Carrera. He had a good week last week, 3rd.
I think it is also his first oval again, too.
Hey, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, dude's a great driver. I rate him highly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by how well he's bounced back after getting his legs absolutely destroyed in that wreck in F2.
Yeah.
Dude's super resilient. I've got Haley Deegan hitting the apex. We're finally in familiar territory for Haley. I've got confidence in her. I think she's going to do well.
I think she'll have a good week. I agree. I like that. Who you got missing?
I have Dennis Hauger missing.
Now that's crazy. Now, I understand not voting for him.
I know it's crazy, but like, I'm going to bet against
your vibe is betting against the championship favorite this week. Missed the apex. Alex Blow missed the apex. Dennis Hauger.
Yeah, that's just my vibe. Like it worked. It worked the last time I bet against Dennis Hauger.
Ball out.
But
we'll see.
Yeah,
I got Jack William Miller. Jack William Miller.
Okay.
He was 7th last week. I was starting 10th. I think he'll have I think he's gonna have a rough time over there, Gateway.
I am excited for. I think Papasavas is running some ovals later in the season. I don't think he's running Gateway, but he was at the Iowa test for Indy next, and supposedly felt good. Was pretty fast, and he always performed really well in USF, anyways. So
yeah, no surprise there.
I think he got 4th in the last 2 years that he was in USF. So, really excited to see what we've got going on at Gateway this weekend. Primetime, baby. We've got Louis Foster in the booth for the Indy Next race as well.
Oh yeah, a must watch television right there.
Dude is fully embracing the American lifestyle with that mustache, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think we should start taking bets on how long until he just becomes an American citizen, following the Scotty Mac path.
The way that is the way. That is the way.
We got to get Louis on this podcast, man. We got to get an interview with him.
Got to do it.
You can't have a ton of media requests, right?
I mean,
he's an IndyCar driver for RLL.
I mean, he's still an IndyCar driver, unfortunately.
But it's also IndyCar. It's not like it's F1.
This is true. More feasible.
Yeah. Well, we'll just interview him in an autograph line at some point, or we'll be the 2 people standing outside of his trailer.
Beautiful.
But
I am excited, though. I'm very excited.
Gateway always produces some banger racing. I'm just hoping we have a good weekend. I hope that TV numbers are really good being in primetime. I think that if these numbers perform well, we get a lot more primetime races next year.
More primetime races.
I don't think that the in-person attendance is going to be good. Just from the deal I see that Gateway's running, where it's like the family 4-pack for $66, where it's like 2 adult tickets 2 kids tickets, or 4 hot dogs and 4 drinks.
That's not a good. Yeah.
The GA ticket's like $45.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, guys, just buy the family ticket package, even if it's just like 2 of you going.
Yeah. But then in person tends to be lower.
Shout out the Gateway promoters for running a good deal when your attendance isn't great to try to attract more families. Getting more families in the door at IndyCar events is what we need, because then we keep passing it on to that younger demographic.
Yeah.
And you don't have to just discover IndyCar racing on your own like we did.
Yeah. Just create young fans. Beautiful. We love it. Excited to watch this race. Excited to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah. We'll be back in the swing of content. We had the NASCAR episode with Stick Figure Ryan last week.
Yeah, I recorded it's our second recording in 2 weeks. So Stick Figure Ryan was present.
Yep. Yeah, looking forward to a great week in racing. Le Mans this weekend. IndyCar, please next year fix your schedule and don't run on Le Mans so that we can have drivers running in Le Mans.
Yes.
Really wish we could see F1 drivers and IndyCar drivers running Le Mans this year, but unfortunately both of them are booked on Le Mans.
Big downvote on them.
I might not be watching F1 anymore. We'll see. If you guys see a lack of F1 coverage, you'll know why.
Wow.
Watch the F1 video later this week.
Oh my, I didn't. Wow, this is exciting.
We'll see what happens. Everyone have a great week. Watch our IMSA video from yesterday. Watch our F1 video that's coming out later this week. It's going to be a big one. It's probably going to be an hour long. Just a heads up. Everyone have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Can't wait.